Hello everyone, Trigan here. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Don't forget, if you like this video, tickle that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. My goodness, that is bumpy. Well, fortunately, this is what we're going to be working on today. This is Sunnyvale. We're about to pass through the Sunnyvale freight station here. And we need to go ahead, and as we talked about in the last video, get this expanded so we can get the Fort Lauderdale freight connected into here too. That's going to help with shipping quite a bit, because then we'll be able to send stuff all the way from here into this corridor, into that freight corridor. We don't really have a freight corridor. I just have a lot of individuals. I like the individuals better. I've done the corridor thing where I have a freight line that runs the entire length of the map, and it's always a mess for me. You always end up stuff backed up at one station and nothing sitting in a different station, and it just makes more sense to have each leg customized, as it were, to the traffic you have there. So, all right, let's go ahead and let this train get through the station. Come on, hurry up. We're still not to 1960. Oh, will we ever make it? I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and disconnect all these, because it does get unhappy if you try to place a platform where there's track. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Actually, I want to look at this real quick. Yeah, that's the Pueblo. Okay, yeah, that's all exactly as I thought it was. So, let's go ahead and take all of this out. I don't know if I need to take this one out. I probably do, but... So this here is just going to be incoming stuff. So we don't need the pass-through track here. And then another platform. You actually got that without one of them jumping up and being a weird spot. Yeah, don't jinx me, Growler. All right, actually, I might not need this one over here. Nope, I still need that one. Okay, cool. Just leave that as it is. All right. So now, let's move these. So, Sunnyvale needs to be on platform 3 now. Palmdale needs to be on platform 4. And Plastics on platform 5. All right, and then these two will be, hopefully, our food freight coming in, as well as the Fort Lauderdale. And now all of this is a mess and needs to be fixed. I cut the one... I cut the one coming from Pueblo back quite a long ways, probably more than I needed to, but I wanted to make sure I had a very smooth transition there. Okay, so this now goes to here. Let's go ahead and change that. Looks good. And this comes down to here. Looks good, except for putting signals back on. That's fixed. Now this goes to there, and that worked fine. I'm tickled that worked almost. Well, no, we are just barely clipping that support. Okay, and now, let's see. This, I'm just going to run this from here all the way up. See, like I said, I cut it back a long ways, because I wanted it to have a nice smooth curve and run into there. That looks good. Too much slope. Too much slope my butt. What do you mean too much slope? Your butt is sloped. No, that's not what I meant, Growler. Yeah, it was the road. I thought maybe it might be. Let's do this. And this. Put this back a little farther so we can go a little smoother. Actually, I'm not even going to put that back in until after I get that other track taken care of. All right, cool. That's fixed. Now, let's get this one, I think. I'm going to cut this back a bit further. I'm going to try... Yeah, we need to get this taken care of first. Don't want to do the other and then find I didn't leave myself enough room for this. Okay. Okay, it didn't like doing that. There we go. And then hopefully this will work okay. Yeah. That's all set. And that'll, well, looks okay. It's not perfect. Okay, and then this. I feel like really needs to go down further. Yeah, that looks good. And then here, I'm going to bring this up to about here. There we go. Okay. Now we need one more thing here. This has to be connected. And here we're going to need a diamond switch. Okay, all of those are reconnected and everything. Now, I want to make a change here before I go any further, because it'll be easier to do it now than later. So I'm going to go ahead and take this back a ways. There we go. And actually, you know what? Let's do this. Can sort of prep this for later things. There we go. Now here, this food factory is right down here, so I'm hoping we could just pass through here and then be able to should have deleted this first. Then be able to just get into the station that way instead of having to try to do something goofy the other direction. Alright. So now let's put a couple pass-through tracks on here. And let's see, this we can just... Too much slope. Yeah, there we go. So it's all reconnected now. And then this... want to come out of here and connect onto here somewhere. That actually looks like it's just about the right spot. All right, so that's reconnected now. So now here's where we can connect Fort Lauderdale, and here's where we can connect the food plant. So that should all be running fine. Now the question is, how on earth do we want to do this? Let's start out just going straight across here. That is way high. Okay, I don't really want it like that. I didn't mean to leave that like that, but what are you going to do? Okay, that looks better. Change that to the right bridge type. And I would be worried about this long hill here if it weren't for the fact that we're, you know, well past the weak locomotive era. All right, now. I think this is our best bet going this direction. Okay, well, I thought we were going to be connecting up somewhere else with that, but I guess not. Let's try going from here all the way to here. How does that look? It looks very underground is how it looks. How does that look there? Yeah, it looks okay, not great. We are still underground this whole way, though. I don't like that. Oh, and it tunneled right there. Why it felt the need to tunnel through that, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't even mess with this at all. I really thought we were going to be going that way, and we didn't. Go. That looks good. We'll just grab this here and connect it to there. There. Let's go ahead and put that there, that there. That I think we can just leave alone. This we can get rid of. Okay. And let's put a diamond switch here. Can I fit it into this little area? I think. Too much slope. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, I can't fit it into that little area. After several attempts, I ended up using one of the pre-made ones, and then it didn't fit quite right anyways. Managed to get a little bit of a gap here so we don't have any trouble with trains getting stuck. But it's here. Let's go ahead and create our line for it. And yeah, you are the right one. And this will be the Fort Lauderdale to Sunnyvale intercity freight. Cool. You know what? Let's put a what you call it right here. What you call it? You know, a thingy. Thingamabob. What you call it? You have lost what little mind you had. Entirely possible. Alright, I'm going to use one of these locomotives. I don't like the other ones so much for the inner city stuff. Let's make this full length, because I have a feeling a lot of stuff's going to go through here fairly quickly. And Fort Lauderdale, Sunnyvale. There we go. Okay, let's let this run for a little bit here. Alright, so this is connected. Oh, I didn't put signaling back on here. That there. And then here, we're going to want one right here and right here. Look at that. The inner city freight for Fort Lauderdale hasn't even made one complete round trip yet. And we already have a whole bunch of goods waiting to go out that direction. So I think it was a good thing that I went ahead and did that the way I did. Yeah, see, it hasn't even made it to Fort Lauderdale yet. Alright, so that is all hooked up. We finally got Fort Lauderdale taken care of. Get quite a lot of people there, but it's not overcrowded. Let's go ahead now and see about this. And I think we're going to have to get rid of this road here. At least for now. What is this over here? Coal mine, looks like. And we have lots of farms around here to pick from. The trick is, oh, it's Christmas 1959. Woohoo! Woohoo! Well, you know, we've just been waiting for it to get to. Never mind, Growler. Alright, so I'm thinking probably going to use these two and these two. Wait, did one of these just appear here? Because I don't remember there being two farms here last time we played. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll, let's see, do this. It'll be 320. No catenary, no high speed. For whatchamacallits? Platforms. Okay, how does that look? Yeah, I don't like the angle for that so well, but it does work out for that. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and use this. This is going to be interesting. Let's go ahead and flatten this out a ways here. All right. Ooh, that's one of my favorite trains right there. Let's go ahead and bring this up to here. Wow, that's something else there. That looks better. Oops, not here. Here. Oh, and now you're unhappy. There we go. Well, at least that made the tunnel shorter doing that. Yeah, I think that's good. And I think I'm probably going to get rid of this extra track here because we don't need two tracks. We just need the one for our outgoing here. So I'll edit that one out later. And that all looks good. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's put this right here. And then we can do that. And do that. There, now food can go out the way everything else is coming in here. Now to get the farms connected to it. First things first, I think we're going to need to get a bridge going here. So what I'm going to use is one platform for the line going one way, one platform for the line going the other way. So we don't need a diamond switch here at all for that. Let's see. Can I get on this side of this? I think I can. It slows it down a bit, but not too much. So let's see here. Let's try going from here. What doesn't it like there? It doesn't like the road. Alright. Fine, we'll get rid of the road for now. I can get rid of that too. Okay. And we got a tunnel in. Change that to a cutout, I think. And of course we have another road that doesn't like that. I am concerned about how we're going to actually connect to these. Let's see if we can do this. Only one. I'm going to make this 400, even though I don't really need it to be 400, I don't think. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to avoid messing this up too bad. I don't think this is going to be close enough. I think I'm going to have it in here somewhere in order to get it to connect to both of them. Either that or I'm going to have to go the other way around. I think I have to go the other way around. I think that's all there is to it. I don't want to take out a bunch of fields. This thing looks already like its fields have been scattered to the four winds. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to run this straight over to here. Let's leave that like that. I don't know why we have a whole extra road over here. Goes the long way around. Okay, that. Then just a little curve to connect that. We're still going to have a little bit of trouble here, aren't we? Let's see if we can make this work. So grab this. We're going to lose that. We're going to lose that field right there, but it is what it is. It's going underneath everything. You've got to be kidding me. Let's do this. So we're going to connect to that. And then let's come up and connect to this here. That looks better. Yeah, let's make that a cutout. It's not that deep. All right, I think that works. And then, is this going to be close enough to both of them? I don't think so. Nope. All right, so let's go ahead and do this then. Do what I've done at the other end. That's why I made this one 400, just in case. So we'll go ahead and put one right here. Put one right here. There we go. And there. And then this can curve up to this. Yes, I know, Growler. I did the wrong one again. Okay, that looks great. We've got it connected. I wonder if we will need more than one train. I think I'm going to leave the single track for right now and hope that we can do it with just the one. Let's go ahead and... you know what? I don't even want to put one there. I'm going to put it at this end. Yep. Right there. Then this will go from here to here. And this is the Sunnyvale West, or no, Farms West. And this will be the Sunnyvale Food Processing Plant. There we go. And this will be the Sunnyvale Farms West Freight. And we'll go ahead and use, oh, we got some new stuff here. What are these like? 80. They don't have a lot of power though. This is pretty nice. It's not super fast, but we don't need fast. Yeah, let's try this guy. Want to use that, or do I want to use like, oh, that's the wrong kind. These here. Yeah, this has the random ones. Let's go ahead and use this. I'm gonna nix one of those. Sunnyvale Farms West Freight. Okay. It looks like it's moving at a pretty good clip. And let's go ahead and do this one now too. And I want you on platform 2. And we'll go ahead and, I don't know, make you that color. No. Make you that color. This, full load. And this one I am going to make sure it's not doing goofy stuff. There. And this will be the Sunnyvale Processed Foods Freight. And then we can use this. And let's use the same diesel again. I sort of like that one. This right here. Yeah, we'll go with this. And I'll put just 10 cars on that for now. There we go. Look at all the stuff sitting on this waiting to go up that direction. Wow. I may need to put another train on there. Yeah, this is a nice little diesel. I like it. And there's passenger terrain. That's right. Oh, I put catenary on all of this. Oh, well, I'll fix that later. Let's just enjoy our ride for right now. Yeah, I guess it is a bit of a hill that we are tunneling through here. We would not have wanted to cut all of this out. But I'm glad I cut out the other one. Once I smooth those hills down a bit, it'll look nice. And, of course, I need to smooth all this down, too. Well, got our first delivery of grain. And now he is here to wait for a full load of food. Alright, guys. So we got this set up. I still need to do the other farms, the other two farms. But this is great. We can get this going. And, you know, this will start growing and shipping food out. So when we add the other two farms, they'll actually be needed. Right now, they aren't needed. But that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to tickle that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day.